welcome to the Travel with Joy podcast, where travel meets real life. I'm your host, Joy Iramanya, flight attendant, storyteller.
I'm Anna Misanolu, and I'm here to answer some questions.
Yes. All right. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Travel with Joy podcast, where real life meets travel. I'm your host, Joy Iramanya. I'm a flight attendant, Navy reservist, and a storyteller, sharing conversations about movement, meaning, and finding the light, even when life feels heavy. So today, I'm so excited to welcome you to my guest, and I'm going to have you say your last name because I struggle with it. And I know that my last name gets butchered a lot because my last name is Iramanya. So Anna and
Misanolu.
yes, beautiful last name. But you first came on my radar because I am a big 90 Day Fiancé fan. Anybody that knows me knows that that is my favorite show. My family, we get together on Sundays and we watch it all together. Oh. And I follow a lot of the castmates on social media, and I keep up with them on other like blogger posts and Reddit threads. Okay. And I just like, they're like my Beyonce and my Cardi B's. I just think they're just so entertaining. And one thing that really caught my eye about your story is I just felt like you didn't strike me as a type that came on the show for clout or for attention. It seemed like you really fell in love with a person overseas and you guys had this amazing connection. And then when I found out that you lived in Nebraska, that was just like so cool because we don't have a lot of celebrities that come out of Nebraska. So right. Yeah, you're like pretty big deal. And I shot my shot in the DMs and asked you if you would come in, and you agreed, and you're here. So thank you in advance.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Yes.
Thanks for inviting me.
Of course, of course. So I know a little bit about your story because I am a stalker. But for the people that don't, let's start with how did you meet your husband and what drew you to him?
So I met my husband through a Facebook beekeeping group. We were both in the same group. He DM'd me, and I said hi. He said hi. Well, and we just started talking. I don't know. At that time, I guess I was like interested in meeting other beekeepers. So we just started talking about beekeeping. We had to translate, but.
Now, when did it go from talking about bees to like turning romantic?
I don't really know. I think he complimented me, and then we just started talking about life outside of the beekeeping.
Now, when did you kind of know, or like what was the transition from we're talking online to, wow, like we could really be together, we could get married? And at this time, he was living in Turkey, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So what was the transition from we're just going to be talking online to now we're going to meet, we're going to fall in love? And like, what was that courtship like?
We talked every day. I don't even know how it transitioned from beekeeping to like talking or becoming a couple. I don't really remember what it was, but one thing that drew me to him, well, like American guys, if you've, in the dating world, they seem to always just jump into talking about sex and
oh my God, yes.
Sending you inappropriate photos.
Yes, unsolicited.
Yeah, unsolicited.
Don't do that.
And it's like, yeah, you open up, you think you're getting a regular text, and then boom.
Hello.
So, I guess that was one thing that kind of drew me to him is he never wanted to like talk about sex, and he never sent me inappropriate photos. Mm-hmm. So
American men are lustful.
Yeah.
I will say that.
They really are.
Yeah.
And I guess that's something, he was a gentleman, I guess, is what drew me to him.
Yeah, no, I've kind of noticed that too. Just talking, like with all my travels, I feel like And I don't know if it's like a front, but I just feel, and maybe it's cultural, but I feel like I do have more intentional in-depth conversations with foreign men versus American men.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. And so did you go to Turkey to visit him before the show?
Yeah, so I don't think a lot of people realize, like, before you can get a visa or even apply for a visa, you have to have met at least one time for the 90-day, the K-1 visa. So we met. I actually went 3 times before he came
Wow.
to the United States. So the first time I decided to go fly out there. Sorry. we decided, I was going to fly out there and meet him. And I was kind of nervous because, you know, who knows, it could be some crazy person. But when I got off the flight, went through immigration control, I could see him through the window jumping up and down, excited.
Yeah.
So it was a really neat experience.
Especially after talking online for so long.
It wasn't like, I thought we would just like hang out, just the two of us, but he immediately from the airport drove me to meet his mother.
Oh, I love that.
We didn't even get time to ourselves.
I kind of love that, but I could see how that could be like really overwhelming.
Yeah, it was, and I cooked with her literally. I walked through the door and she was making some fry bread, and she had me helping her.
Oh wow! Do they live together?
So in the winter, early spring, his parents moved to Antalya, where it's really hot in the summer. They stay there. They have an apartment, and his sister has an apartment, and they stay with her. I guess they all live there during the winter, and then in the spring or the summer, they go up to Corcatelli, which is like a mountain. It's up in the mountains, and they farm up there during the summer.
Now, how did you even get on 90 Day Fiancé? Like, did you apply? Did they reach out to you?
I applied, so I applied. They emailed and wanted me to answer some questions, and then we did like an interview, both of us. They actually didn't even choose us. They said that they had us in mind for another show. I think they did. I think it only aired like once, but it was just, I forgot what the name of it was. I think they just show the first 24 hours of the couple together.
Oh, interesting.
So they told me they were going to do that, but then I never heard from them. And then the day before Marcel was flying out, they called me and said, "Hey, we want you for the show 90 Day Fiancé." And I was like, "Oh, I was waiting for you guys to call me about the show." And they were like, "No, the actual 90 Day Fiancé." And they said, "But in order to do that, he's going to have to cancel his flight and cancel his flight, and we'll have to reschedule it for a later date." And I was like, "No, he's at his farewell party.
Oh, yeah.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
We've waited all this time. We're not going to postpone." So they were like, "Well, if you guys don't do that, we can't use you." And I was like, "Okay, I guess we'll just not do it." And then I think at like 10 or 11 that night, I got a text saying, "Hey, we've got a crew. Will you guys do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, we'll do it."
Wow.
So it was last minute. I guess I'm sure they had somebody that backed out, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Now, how did appearing on 90 Day Fiancé affect your relationship, like positively and negatively?
It was kind of stressful filming. Well, it was really stressful filming. We had the language barrier. I didn't like how they had him like repeating things in English, which that's not how we really would talk. So, and then they try to push drama that you wouldn't have normally put out there, I guess. Like, "Oh, how about you talk about this past relationship?" Even though we never talked about it and it wasn't an issue, you know, before.
I do have to say, though, out of all of the couples that I've seen on 90 Day Fiancé, you guys were like the least problematic.
Okay.
Yeah, it just seemed like you guys didn't really have major issues. Like, of course, you guys had, you know, like the language barrier and
My son.
yeah.
The
But also
kids.
as your son, I could kind of see it, you know, if my memory serves me correctly, your son was just a little nervous about you getting married to somebody that you met online.
Yeah, it was that, and I think I think he was kind of like the head of the house at that time, so
Yep.
taking
Yep.
someone taking over. Yeah, it was just a
Exactly.
whole yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like even if you would have married a man in Omaha, I feel like that could have still been an issue.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, so it did to me it felt like it was just like normal everyday problems. It wasn't like manufactured, or it wasn't like you were sending him tons of money and people were wondering if he really wanted to be with you or he wanted a green card, or there wasn't this like huge age gap, or it was just like you guys definitely seemed pretty normal, pretty stable.
Yeah, I think out of all the couples, I'd
Yeah.
say we're pretty normal.
Now, what's one thing that you feel like maybe the viewers did not understand about your storyline or your relationship?
I think a lot of people thought that like that was the first time we were meeting.
Yep.
A lot of people, and then I get people thinking that I was like supporting him, and I was like, no, he had a career in Turkey.
Yep.
I I wouldn't be able to support
Yeah.
somebody. I
Yeah.
had
Because you
my
have
children.
two kids,
I have
right?
three.
No.
Well, I had three before.
Okay.
So I have Joey, Gino, and Leo from a previous marriage.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I wouldn't be able to afford to support somebody in another
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, I wouldn't do it. But I think that was, yeah, we had met 3 times prior. So
That's so incredible. Now, how did your husband adapt to life in Nebraska? Just like culturally, were there any surprises that came up, or just how was his transition here?
I think it was kind of difficult because of the language barrier. And then he's stuck on thinking that everybody in the United States smokes marijuana. So he has a view that, yeah, and I'm like, no, not everybody's.
It's not even legal in
Yeah.
Nebraska.
He thinks everyone smokes marijuana and drinks a lot, and I guess that's a part of the U.S. culture that he doesn't like.
Yeah,
he always brings
no,
up.
he's Muslim, right?
Yes, he's
Okay.
Muslim.
So I could see how our culture can kind of seem, because even like my dad is pretty religious, and I mean even these short shorts that some of these women are wearing is just like alarming to him.
Oh, that too.
And,
Yeah, how women dress.
Yeah, and
He's-
just I feel like a lot of our socialization in America is surrounded around like alcohol and just, celebration. And I know for like my dad and a lot of my like Nigerian relatives, that's like seems excessive.
Oh yeah.
But here it's like very normal.
I guess that's something. His family, they don't do a lot of celebrating, like for birthdays and the holidays. They do, like Ramadan is like their Christmas time, I guess. But the celebrations, that's not really something he's used to either.
The marijuana thing though is so interesting to me because oh my God, in my travels, like I'll be in DC, I'll be in California, I'll be in Colorado, and you just like smell it in the air, and here it's like you don't really see that at all. And I don't even know if I see a lot of like cigarette smokers anymore.
I don't think, there's not a whole lot anymore. I never thought about that.
But maybe he's just like highly aware, or
Well, and if
a
you go to
little-
Turkey, everyone smokes.
Oh, really?
It's like smoking it's all over. You'll be sitting in a restaurant and people are lighting up next to you, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, everyone seems to smoke in Turkey.
I feel like that's kind of like I was in Dublin in January, and just when I'm in Europe, I am kind of surprised at how many people still smoke and how many people are still able to like smoke in bars and but I haven't spent a lot of time in the Middle East, but that's really interesting.
Yeah, and Turkey's not considered Middle East.
Oh, technically, where is?
Well, it's Europe, Asia, but they get offended if you
Oh,
say they're from the Middle East.
Sorry, sorry.
That's something I've learned. Yeah,
my geography is horrible.
it's okay. Yeah, no, it's something because you think it's Middle East, but yeah, they get offended if you put them in that.
So Europe, Asia.
Yeah, Europe,
Okay.
Asia.
Thank you for that. Because okay, now what are some of the customs and traditions that you have incorporated in your life from Turkey and just being married to a Turkish man?
So I've tried to learn I love cooking. So I've one way I try to like learn Turkish cuisine. And then like on the weekends we try to do Turkish breakfast. I don't know if you've ever
No.
experienced that.
I think I might have seen it on the show.
Okay. It's so Turkish breakfast is just a big breakfast that they have breads, cheeses, fruit, eggs. It's like the whole table is full of honey, jams, and you sit there for like, I don't know, they'll sit there for a couple hours eating
Oh, wow.
with family, friends, and it's just, yeah, I guess a relaxed way of enjoying your weekend.
Yeah, I think I did see that on the show. I think I did see that. Now, how did you and your husband like navigate like your language differences? Because I want to say on the show they had an interpreter for him, right? And I
They,
think you guys also used an app.
we used the app, but they had Marcel like repeating what it wrote out, which that's not how we would just basically show each other or, you know. We've focused more on him learning English since he's living here.
Yeah,
But like I wish he would have taught me more. But
yeah,
I think so I guess yeah, we focus more on him learning English. But I've got to learn Turkish because every time I go to Turkey, I'm like,
yeah,
it's difficult, and his family likes to talk to me. And it's like, you guys know I don't speak Turkish, but you're just trying to have a full-on conversation
yeah.
with
That's
me.
so tough.
And then like we have a son together now, and he speaks Turkish to him at home, so he
Yeah.
understands a lot of Turkish.
Now, how old is your son?
He's just turned 4.
Okay, so like you guys want him to be like bilingual
Yes.
and yeah,
So he speaks Turkish to him. He's teaching him a lot of Turkish, and he understands.
that's awesome.
So and he's starting to say some words in Turkish.
Now, is there a Turkish community in Omaha?
There is a small. It's not very big. I think there's only like 30 to 40 Turkish
Oh, wow.
people in the Omaha area.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like if you're married to like a Spanish man, it'd be so easy to kind of
yeah.
get with that community and to really like immerse yourself, and for you to really like have people to practice with. But even with me, because my family they speak Igbo, it's like a language in Nigeria, but there's not really anybody to practice with.
Oh, okay.
So, and my parents didn't teach us it, but I've tried learning throughout the years, but it's just so hard because I need to be like fully immersed in it. And, I know more Spanish than I know Igbo because, like at school they teach Spanish, and then, I can get on apps and I can, and I assume Turkish is probably the same.
Yeah, it's difficult. Like I've taken lessons and I've joined groups, and I don't know. I think I need to be fully immersed in it.
Exactly.
I speak Spanish. I lived in Mexico when I was with my children's father's from Mexico. I lived there for like 5 years, and
wow.
when I first moved there, I didn't speak any
Yeah.
Spanish, but I learned like conversational Spanish from living there.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it's just kind of difficult, especially like the older I get. I feel like it's just
Oh,
harder.
for sure. What area of Mexico did you live in?
Jerez, Zacatecas, which is central. It's right in the center.
Oh, wow. Wow. I love Mexico.
Me
I
too.
love Mexico
Yeah, I
so
love.
much.
It was fun. It was a really great experience.
I could totally see myself living there. Now, what advice do you have for couples that are navigating like cross-cultural like marriages and also just like the immigration challenges?
Well, learning your spouse's culture and make sure that you're okay with their culture, because like Turkish culture, the women are expected to do like everything household. I think it's starting to change depending on where you live. Like Istanbul is, they're changing a lot of that. Men are like helping more, but if you go to other parts of Turkey, there's still women are in the kitchen serving their husbands, and there's even like segregation. Like if you go to parties, the men sit together, the women sit together. That's a part of the culture. I'm not like. I guess I don't like,
Yeah, yeah. Now, with your husband though, he never wanted you to become Muslim, or he never wanted.
He asks me to, but like I won't. everyone, he doesn't like push it, but sometimes he'll be like, I know you're going to become a Muslim. Like, I know it. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, that
Which
is,
I made it clear to him before we got married that it's probably not going to happen.
and
So,
that is one thing I've noticed on the show a lot that kind of frustrates me because it seems like initially the couples will start with, like it's not that big of an issue, and then you later find out that it's actually a deal breaker.
oh, yeah.
And it's like you're like to the point where you guys are gonna like you guys are in the courting phase. You guys have 90 days to decide if you're gonna get married, and then that's when you drop that bomb. It's like,
And I feel like that's part of the 90-day,
yeah.
the producers pushing drama.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I mean, I feel like it's part of it.
Okay,
I don't
yeah,
know.
no, that could definitely make sense because even sometimes when they're like, "I want a kid," I'm like, "You guys, like all of a sudden, like that just seems crazy." Now, did you guys have a lot of immigration challenges?
So I did all of ours. I didn't get a lawyer. I read a lot online. Like, I just, triple checked all the
Yeah.
paperwork because I know people here that have applied for different visas and like lawyers have messed up their documentation. So I think even if you get a lawyer, there's chances of you having issues or getting denied. But I did all of our paperwork. The only thing I did have an issue with was when we were applying for, I forgot the name of the visa. When he was here already. We were just, after you get married, you have to like apply for a different visa so they can get their green card. They said I didn't make enough. So I basically
to like sponsor him?
Yeah, they said I had to get a sponsor. I went and talked to a lawyer, and the lawyer was like, "You better listen to what they say." And I was like, "No, why would I need to get a sponsor? I make enough." So I didn't go by what the lawyer said, and I just basically dumbed it down. My income, I sent over like probably 100 pages with it literally dumbed down,
Wow.
and it
So
got approved.
so maybe they didn't understand because of your business and your
Yeah,
like
part of my income. So I take care of a lady with an intellectual disability, so it's untaxed. So
okay.
I think that was the confusion. So, so yeah, I don't. But I did all of our paperwork.
That's actually really incredible because I feel like that's another storyline for a lot of the couples. It's like you're not pushing hard enough for me to, get my citizenship, and then the people are like, lawyers are so expensive,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like you guys could probably.
I feel like if you're good, if you can handle paperwork, I think you can do it on your own. You just have to like triple check everything and make sure, yeah, your T's are crossed and
You might have a side hustle.
yeah, maybe.
Now, can you tell us about just like a memorable trip that you have taken? And it could be Turkey, it could be Mexico, but just something that and why it was memorable.
I traveled to Bangalore, India once, and I feel like that it was just so beautiful.
Wow. Now, what was the backstory behind that?
I met a beekeeper friend, and they wanted to they invited me to come visit, so I went and visited.
How long were you there?
About 10 days.
Wow.
It was really just beautiful. I felt like a celebrity there because I was white. Everyone wanted
Yeah, take
a photo.
pictures. Yeah.
Like everybody. At one point, I was like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
So that it was just that was one of the most beautiful places I've ever visited.
Like, what kind of stuff did you guys do?
Just traveled, checked, went to temples, and which the history, just touching something that old, and
Yeah.
and then Turkey. I didn't realize there was so much history there either. Just crazy, yeah, because the United States doesn't have.
Yeah,
Much
it's
history.
not as
Yeah.
old. Yeah, that's really. See, Turkey is definitely.
You're standing in a location where Cleopatra sat.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yeah, that's really, really amazing. I feel like Turkey is one of those countries that people kind of like forget about. You
Yeah,
know?
well, you don't think of having all the Roman ruins.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's full.
Wow.
You have Colosseums and like Pamukkale. I don't know if you heard of
No.
It's, I forgot what they call the formations, but blue pools and there's like hot springs where Cleopatra swam, I guess. It's just,
Wow.
it's pretty neat.
That's really cool. No, could you ever see yourself like living over there?
Yeah, which I've told Marcel, like, yeah, I'm like, even now, I'm like, why don't we go? Let's
Mm-hmm.
get out of here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He's worried about money or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, just what he's worried about. But it's beautiful in Turkey. The sea, that's what I love swimming, and
Mm-hmm.
you have the turquoise water, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
just beautiful.
Yeah. Now, what other destinations are on your travel bucket list?
I'd probably like to go back to Mexico, maybe Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd like to, yeah.
I have been to Thailand. I really
Have
like
you?
Thailand. Thailand's so inexpensive. That's
Is
one of
it?
the things that is like really cool.
When I was younger, my dad was Air Force. We lived in the Philippines for 3 years. So I
No
feel like,
way.
yeah, I've just always wanted to live outside the United States
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we had a maid when I lived there, and she would take me like to the village on the weekends when she'd go.
Wow. And so,
So
so now it's all coming together. So,
so throughout life, I've always just had
okay.
just loved learning about other cultures and
That totally makes sense.
yeah.
That totally makes sense too. Cause I always wonder, like when I see people that are like well traveled and stuff, it's like, what was kind of the catalyst to make you, want to travel? Because it always seems like there's something like that happens. But with your dad being in the Air Force and living in the Philippines,
Mm.
that totally makes sense. And that probably makes sense to why you're in Bellevue.
Yeah, we stayed here. My father died in the Gulf War, and then afterwards, my mom decided to stay here instead
Hmm.
of. He's from California. His family wanted us to move there, but
Hmm.
mom was like, "No, we'll stay here."
And we were talking before the podcast, and you were saying that you were actually in the Navy.
Yeah, I was in the Navy Reserves, a CB. I drove heavy equipment,
Yeah, so that's like the construction
the
construction
construction
rates.
battalion.
Yeah. Now, where did you go to basic training?
I went to Chicago.
Okay, so that's where I went,
Yeah,
Great Lakes.
Great
Yep.
Lakes,
And then where did you go to your apprenticeship school, like your A school?
the Ozarks.
Okay.
So what? I can't remember the city. This was back in like 2007.
Hmm.
It's been a long time.
Hmm. That's so
But
crazy.
yeah, it was in the Ozarks, and I went there in like the fall, winter, and it was just the changing of the leaves, and it was just
Hmm.
really cool.
Yeah, so I'm military police or like an MA, so I also went to Great Lakes. Great mistakes.
Yeah.
And then I did my A school at Lackland in
Okay.
San Antonio on an Air Force base. And I'm currently in a unit that is, it's called Pacific Missile Range Facility, and it's in Kauai.
Oh,
So, yeah, so that's where I usually do like my annual tour
okay.
in, and then for us we also do like just the bare minimum is like 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year,
Hmm.
but I'll volunteer to do like a month, or like I've done 4 months at a time. And
Okay.
so the Navy keeps me busy, but I've never been like deployed or anything. But if they have like extra funding for more training, I try to take as much training,
Okay.
but I haven't done like a deployment. And the longest I've been away from home is like 4 months.
Oh, well,
Hmm.
that's not bad.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of hard when you have like a civilian jobs to like get away for too long.
Yeah,
And
I assume, yeah.
hmm hmm but yep. And then do you have a favorite Turkish food?
Um, there's a dish called Monty. Well, at Iskandar, it's sorry, it's like they take lamb, basically slices of lamb, and then yogurt and tomato sauce. It's just, and then they pour butter over it. It's really good.
Really good.
And then they serve it over like a pita.
And what did you call it again?
It's Iskandar.
Iskandar.
Iskandar. It's
Okay.
yeah. It's and then
So,
Monty. It's like Turkish dumplings, basically. And they serve. They eat yogurt with everything, which is surprising.
yeah.
It's yeah, basically like dumplings with a tomato sauce and yogurt.
But those are pretty. I'll have to try that. Now, how has becoming like this public figure influenced your travel? Like, do you have brands that are like offering to fly you out? Does the show fly you out? Like, just how does that work?
The show doesn't do anything like that, but like, and I don't know. We like if we go to Turkey, sometimes we'll get invited to. They'll ask us to come stop by their business, but we haven't had any like travel deals yet. I don't know. I'm not. I guess I probably haven't taken advantage. I think if I reach out to people, maybe I'd get more opportunities.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just haven't done that yet.
Because I would think that just even like going on a lot of these 90 Day Fiance people, like their pages, it seems like they're like always traveling, and it seems like they're like kind of like advertising different products,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's yeah. So I'm like, you could probably definitely do that. But how old
Yeah.
are your kids?
Well, my youngest is 4, and then I have my older boys are moved out.
Okay.
They're 22 and 20, and then I have a 13-year-old.
Okay. Yeah. So it might be hard for you if with your kids.
Yeah,
being
we have to do
younger.
it during the
Yeah,
summer.
yeah. But I'm saying you could definitely, and even if you wanted to do some like travel groups to
Oh
Turkey.
yeah, that's something I've thought about doing.
Yeah, I know. I know so many people would love to have you host them and take
Yeah.
them.
Well, and people are afraid of Turkey, which I feel like I think it's one of the safer countries to visit.
So just like as a woman, you would feel safe like walking alone.
I've always felt safe there.
What about racism?
Racism, yeah, I don't think they're very. Yeah, I don't think there's much racism. I don't
So
know.
as like a black woman, you think I
I
would
don't.
be
I think
okay
you'd
with
be
it?
safe. Yeah, because I've met African people in Turkey when I've visited. But I don't know. I guess I don't talk a lot about race. But I think you'd be safe.
Yeah, because that's like I
It depends on where you're going to. Like Antalya is a tourist city, so there's people from all over the world there.
yeah.
I think if you went deeper, like maybe towards the east, Turkey, I guess maybe it's not as safe. Well, it isn't as safe because you're next to Syria, but
Yeah. Because I've
it just
always,
depends.
you know, when you see like the hot air balloons and
Cappadocia.
yeah,
I think you'd be safe there. Istanbul for sure.
yeah,
Istanbul is very like westernized. But Antalya, yeah, that's a very tourist location.
but see, I actually, I mean, I like doing the touristy stuff, but I also like hanging out with the locals and just kind of like blending in and just getting like, you know, that real local experience too. So I think it would be really cool if you could host something and you could kind of,
Well, and Turks love to host, and they love it when you want to learn about their culture.
yeah, definitely. I'm saying you might be onto
Maybe,
something.
yeah. Maybe in the future, yeah, when my kids are older.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Now, you also said that you and Marcel met because you guys kind of shared a love of like bees, and I know that
Yes.
you have a business called Beauty and the Bees Honey.
Yes.
So, can you just share about how you like started that, and even just like how you even got into like beekeeping and all of that?
So I got into beekeeping. My older children's father's family were beekeepers in Mexico. They were pretty like big beekeepers. They had over 500 hives
Wow.
at that time. So they introduced me to beekeeping. Started learning about beekeeping back, I guess it's been like 20 something years now. But they would pretty much let me just harvest the honey. They'd have had a big operation, like stacks and stacks of, like they'd had a whole garage full of bee supers full of frames that we'd have to go through and uncap and harvest the honey. And then I just fell in love with having local or just plain, real honey.
Yeah.
There's nothing like real honey. It's so different compared to what you get in the store. So I fell in love with that, and then moved here after we separated, and decided I wanted to do it. So I got bees and started beekeeping here. Mainly just so I could have fresh honey. And it's grown into a business. At first I was just selling honey, and then I started creating like whipped flavored honeys. And then I was like, okay, I have to have more products to sell if I want to make this a business. So I started learning Bath and Body products, and I love creating and working with bees, and try to keep things natural and health. Yeah, pure, I guess.
I feel like in the recent years, it has kind of become more popular.
Yes.
But you kind of hit the wave even because I remember when I was watching your season, I was like, what is beekeeping?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I think when I started, like, so I joined the beekeeping group in Omaha, and it was just like mainly a bunch of old guys, retired guys in the group. But now I think like everyone wants to be a beekeeper. Seems like.
But it's so cool that you've been able to like do it for so long and it's like sustainable.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. I like teaching people about beekeeping. But like, yeah, and now that I've got a business, I'm trying to teach them about like the business side of it. But it seems like a lot of people have a lot of, they don't want to hear it. But I don't know.
Yeah, they just like the fun of like.
Well, I mean, like with like selling honey, once you start adding things to honey, it's a processed food. So then you've got to get like a food license, and like it's not just So it's a lot things I've had to learn over the years, starting when I having a retail shop and selling it. So
another thing is what makes your products unique, and also like how do you source and produce them?
So we use our honey. We do sell more honey than we produce. So I end up meeting other local beekeepers and purchasing from them. But I try to keep it as natural as possible and high quality ingredients. Try to use the best ingredients that I can. The whipped honeys are fun because I have some like health blends and that. And I just keep adding just random things.
Like, what are some of the things that you add?
Oh, like I made these gift boxes, and my brother was like, you need to have some kind of like sweet, like candy or something. So I started doing toffee, which that customers really like the toffee. So it's just some random things that I make.
That's
and then
awesome.
we added Turkish ice cream to the business.
Now, how is Turkish ice cream different than like your regular?
So it's made similar to like gelato, where it's lower in fat.
Oh.
And it's got a wild orchid root in it. It gives it a little bit of stretch and chew, so it's a little the texture is different.
Oh.
And then, we're a honey business, so part of the sweetener is honey. So that's not traditional, but I just added it.
Oh wow!
So we're doing that. And then my husband's going to start doing. I don't know if you've seen videos of people selling Turkish ice cream. They do like tricks and tease you.
That sounds awesome.
It's fun. So yeah, we've added that. And then I'm trying to do like Turkish breakfast, but I think it'll take off. Well, I've started doing these Turkish breakfast boxes, which is fun.
Wow.
It'll be more for like picnics and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, with you like living in Omaha, I just want to give a note just for myself. Like, what are your favorite local spots that I can recommend to like my friends that have layovers here, or even just like somebody like me who is from Lincoln that might not know?
So we're bad. We work a lot, so we don't get to do a lot of fun stuff. I guess when we do have some downtime, we like to go downtown. I'm trying to think of like restaurants. My husband's boring. He's really boring.
Yeah.
There's a new restaurant, Clio. Well, it's newer, Clio downtown. That's got like I don't know what it's kind of. I guess Mediterranean type food.
Okay.
That's really good.
Really good.
Yeah, they do kebabs and like appetizer platters and stuff. That's a good one. But yeah, I don't know. My husband's kind of boring. He wants to like check out, like Turkish themed type restaurants, which it's kind of funny because there's a couple Turkish owners, but they sell gyros, and gyros aren't even. It's not
Oh,
even Turkish, but it's
yeah.
like, why you guys don't try to actually sell your Turkish food?
Yeah.
People would buy it, I think.
Yeah, I wonder why they don't try
It's
that.
all gyros, it seems like. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, another thing I wanted to talk to you about too is your gastric sleeve journey.
Mhm.
Um, I saw that you have lost 100 pounds.
I think it's yeah over. I've like 100. Yeah, I had lost about 100 pounds with the gastric sleeve.
hmm
Um,
What made you even like decide to
I was just struggling. I've struggled my whole life
mhm,
with weight gain and trying to keep it off. And I've I don't even know how many diets
mhm,
I've gone on throughout my life. And when GoCon was about a year, I was like, okay, I got to get this weight off.
mhm.
And I was struggling, and I decided to do that. I was going to go to Mexico, but then my husband was like, no, go to Turkey. It's probably safer.
Yeah. Well, and now the wave is even my flight attendant friends. I know they're going to Turkey to get the hair plugs. They're going to
Yeah.
Turkey to get like veneers, and they're saying that like Turkey will put you in like a nice hotel. They'll
Mm.
like the process is really nice and for like half the price.
Yeah. So it's a lot cheaper. I had really, I feel it was a pretty good experience
hmm
with the clinic that I chose. They did put me in a hotel afterwards. They did transportation and everything,
hmm
so it's smooth.
hmm
You're getting transported from the airport to the hospital or your hotel, so you don't have to worry about transportation.
And it's
Um,
cheaper over there,
yeah, it's a
right?
lot
And
cheaper.
hmm and I
Um,
heard that a lot of the doctors are like American trained,
I think
like
so. Yeah, I
or
think
Europe or
they're yeah. You have to do your research because there are clinics that aren't real. I've heard of some bad stories
hmm
of people getting botched over
hmm
there. So you do have to do your research on the company that you're choosing for any of those procedures.
hmm
But I overall I felt like I had a really good experience. The only thing was when I got out of surgery, they didn't give pain meds.
Oh,
So you're waking up, well, which I guess is pretty common. They like to give you pain meds after you're awake and they know you're, you know, um, not having issues with the surgery
hmm
and anesthesia.
hmm
But they didn't give me pain meds after. That was the only problem that I had.
wow.
So
Like they just forgot
no, I
or
guess that's part of the practice
oh.
is they want to make sure that you're
hmm
awake
hmm
before they start administering pain meds.
So you like woke up in a lot of
In a lot of
pain.
pain. Yeah, I
Wow.
was for hours. I was in pain.
Oh, wow.
So that was the only thing.
hmm
So I did talk to the company and say, if you want Americans to come,
Yeah.
you have to give them pain meds before they wake up
hmm
because it was really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel now? Like what has the process been and
I feel good. Um, so after surgery, for the first like 3 months, I was really regretting it. Just because it was difficult not being able to eat.
yeah.
I wanted to eat like I was eating before, and I guess learning how to your new normal of
hmm
eating. That was the difficult part.
hmm
But like after that, then I was like, okay, I'm happy about this.
hmm
It was pretty easy. Like just you have to focus on your protein. That's like the main thing in your water goals. But
hmm
I think that those first 3 months was difficult after surgery, just because I wanted to eat the way I
Yeah.
was
Oh,
eating.
I bet. I bet.
No, even just the amounts and for the first few months, you're not even eating solids. So
Oh, wow.
you're eating like, because you have to train your new stomach
hmm
to, take food again.
Now, like emotionally, because I know like I'm an emotional
Hmm.
eater. So was that also part of it too? Just like
I'm an
emotionally?
emotional eater.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, just learning how to eat again.
hmm
That was the difficult part. Um, I think that was just really the hardest part was learning to eat again, and because you're going to get sick if you don't eat right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
hmm And But you didn't, I know like physically it was kind of hard and your body can get sick and stuff, but you didn't have any complications. You didn't have anything like that.
So I have a blood clotting disorder, um, factor five. So I did end up getting like a blood clot, and I guess where the artery, I think where blood flows from the stomach into the intestines. I don't know, something like that.
Hmm.
So I did have a blood clot, but it was because I wasn't taking my blood clotting medication. I had so we had GoCon. I started taking or induced lactation, so I couldn't take that medication.
Hmm.
So it was my fault, that
Hmm.
that had happened. So I was in the hospital for a few days
But
because of a blood clot.
overall,
Overall, that was yeah. Besides that, I healed really great.
because I think a lot of people would kind of want to do something like that, but I think they're also kind of scared and just
Yeah.
kind of nervous about.
Well, and now there's GLP-1s,
Hmm.
and I think doctors are going towards that route now. They're going, I think, towards GLP-1s because it works about the same.
Hmm.
So I don't think they're recommending surgery as much
Hmm.
because we have those medications now.
Hmm. Now,
I think if those were big back then, I probably would have
yeah,
done that instead of surgery because I think having surgery, it affects like your, getting life insurance. And
yeah,
so if
yeah.
I'd thought about that part,
Now,
I probably would
what
have.
year did you have your surgery?
So GoCon was 2020, I think 2023.
Okay, okay,
So
so it's
it's been
been
like 3 years, I think.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
I kind of stalled at 100 pounds.
Hmm.
So
I think you look great.
thank you.
Yeah, but one thing I will tell you with those GLPs though is it does sound like they're gonna have to be on it for the rest of their life,
Yeah.
and I've had some friends where like they'll stop, they'll hit their goal weight and then they'll stop taking the drug and then they get it all back. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so that's like a little frustrating. I think people aren't realizing that they might have to be on like a maintenance dose for the rest of their life.
Yeah. And that's it. You hear like some people say that you have to, and then there's others that say you don't. So I think the biggest part is with that is like teaching yourself how to eat correctly.
Definitely,
That's a big
definitely.
part of it.
Hmm.
Is if you're not going through the process of learning how to you're supposed to eat,
Hmm.
then yeah, I think even with weight loss surgery, people gain the weight back too because they're not eating the way you should be eating.
I've noticed that a few people from 90 Day Fiancé have had like similar surgeries. So I was also wondering if it was like something that like a doctor was coming to the franchise and saying, like if you advertise this, I'll bet.
I wasn't contacted by
Hmm.
anybody, but like you see other people's results, and it's like, okay, maybe I should try that because I've tried all kinds of different
Yeah.
weight loss. Yeah, like I've said, I've since I was a kid
Hmm.
or probably adolescent. Yeah, I've battled my
Yeah.
weight.
I think a
But
lot
yeah,
of
I
us.
don't I don't know, like maybe Angela they contacted. I don't know. I'm
Hmm.
guessing.
Hmm.
But I reached out. We reached out to a company in Turkey, or my husband did, and that's how we went with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, how has just like your family, friends, community like supported you in this journey?
With the weight loss.
Hmm.
Um I don't know if anyone's like really I mean they've congratulated me, but I don't know. I feel like I've kind of have been on my own for
Hmm.
with this journey. Like right now my husband's like, "Oh, you've don't lose any more weight. You're going to get too weak and it's not going to be healthy." And I'm like, it's okay.
Hmm.
That's the only, yeah, it's been kind of just me learning how to eat correctly
Hmm.
on my own, I guess.
Now, how do you think your relationship has changed with like food and your body image and
I have more confidence, you know, now that I've lost some of the weight. Um, I don't feel like I'm trying to hide myself as much.
hmm.
Food wise, I'm you have to eat more protein, and what you eat matters. Not like before, where okay, if I eat bad in the morning, I can probably pick it up later. Like it really matters what you eat when you can't eat very much.
Yeah, for
So
sure. For
you
sure.
have to focus, on nutrition.
I would also think too, like just from I don't know, maybe it's my vanity, but I think I would be like, damn, I look good. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like outside. I think I would be like,
No, it's fun. Like I do, I work with Shein. I know I shouldn't probably work with them, but they send me clothes, and it's fun to try on clothes. And
this shirt is from there.
I mean, I like it. I like it. Once you figure out what's good to order, you have to check everything out and fabrics and stuff. But they do have some like good quality
Yeah.
clothing. You
And
just
everything-
have to be picky and go through and check. Like if something has a zipper, I'm like, okay, that might not fit me as well as something that's. Some of the zipper clothes seem like they're smaller.
Everything's also so
Yeah.
expensive
Yeah.
that I'm just like, you guys, I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah.
But what are just some upcoming projects, goals, like anything going on or coming up that our viewers should know about you? And
Well, in May we always do the Renaissance Festival in Bellevue.
okay,
It's fun.
I've never even done that before.
It's like it's one of my biggest events that we do. It's like it used to be 2 weeks, now it's 3 weeks.
Okay.
But I don't do it for the dressing up. It's just a fun event that we can go, and like if it's slow, we can people watch.
Okay.
That's why I kind of like it. It's entertaining. Because when you go to events and sell things, it's you're not busy the entire time. So
Yeah.
when you do have downtime, you can people watch.
I might have to check that out.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Just the people watching.
Are you doing anything else with 90 Day Fiancé?
We do diaries. I think they might be airing the new season now. At least I got an email, I think 2 weeks ago.
I mean, I watched it yesterday, and I know that they just wrapped up the season, and I think the new season is coming out in the next few weeks, and
Okay.
next week is going to be like the reunion.
For the 90 Day Fiance. Yeah, for the actual, we'll be doing just like the diaries, which is where we film.
Oh, when you guys film yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the new season diaries, I think I got an email or a text that they were starting to air it like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, so you already filmed this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
is it like
so-
you in Omaha, like living your life?
Yeah, and we'll talk about like updates of what's going on,
Oh,
like in our
good.
relationship. Or
Good. When did you guys film that?
I filmed, let's see, I think it was like October,
Oh, wow.
November.
Okay.
I think that's when we were just opening our shop. Yeah,
Oh.
the new shop.
Very cool.
So yeah, you'll get an update about that.
Yay. I'm excited. And you said that should be going on pretty soon?
I think it might be airing. I don't know if they air it on TLC or if it's just on the HBO Max.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it's
I
on
need
the
to look.
app.
I need to look into that.
Yeah.
Because I don't have HBO Max. So
Okay.
maybe... I wonder if it's airing right now and I just wasn't aware.
I'm not sure. I don't ever pay attention.
Yeah. You don't watch yourself?
Well, I watch it. It's like Marcel hates watching 90 Day Fiance. He hates it. he really hates it. Sometimes I'll turn it on our season just because I think it's funny just to see his reaction.
That's kind of cool though that you guys have like that documentation of like the beginning.
Yeah, no, it is cool because we can go back and watch that and bring tears to our
Yeah.
It always brings tears, I always cry.
Awesome.
It was really emotional. Oh my gosh.
I bet.
was-
I bet.
Yeah, that whole time period was just really emotional. And yeah, whenever I watch it, I'm always in tears because we went through a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that you guys are still together. I'm happy that you're doing well, and thank
Thank
you for
you.
being here.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, of course. And you're gonna have to help me like get some of the other castmates because
Okay.
oh my god, I'm hoping that I can get everybody.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
so cool. All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for spending part of your journey with me. If today's episode resonated with you, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, share it with somebody that needs it. Also, reach out to both of us. I'll have your social media tagged on the episode so people can reach out to you. And until next time, take care of yourself and safe travels.